Hello and welcome to 2025 and to Middle-Aged Geek Girl. I'm Sally and this is my first official video for 2025 and it is my completed pages and other projects that I did in December 2024, as well as your hashtag entries, which will be at the end of the video. Now, as for me, I did a lot. I finally got the cortisone injection for my thumb and I went mad. It was so nice to be able to complete things again. I will put a little slideshow up here to show you. I did 5 LOZ kit builds. I did them all off camera. I was just happy to sit on my couch watching some TV shows and actually got 5 LOZ kits built. So I'm really happy with that. And I also did the 12 Christmas Advent calendar puzzles that I got from Aldi. Now all of them are up on my channel. It was, the first one was done as a long form video and the others were all done as shorts. So if you want to see the building of those ones, you can. And what I do have to share with you in front of me here are colouring book pages completed. If I've counted correctly, there's 21 of them. And these are 3D scene sticker puzzles. I mean, I don't really know the actual proper name for them. I'm calling them 3D sticker puzzles because you look at the picture and you have to make sure you put the stickers on in the right order so that the image comes out the same. So to me, they're like a little puzzle. And I am addicted to these things. I'm going completely mad on them. And there's 20 here to share with you as well. I did a couple of them just so you can see how they're done. And I've started filming a couple more as well because I do have more to do. I hit up Temu and purchased a lot more. I do have plans to display them in, I'm going to create their own journal to display them in because you can put them in sort of like a hexagon pattern because that's sort of what it is for most of them. But let's have a look anyway. So I'll start off with the big ones first. So this is one piece. Now I also don't know the proper names for these. Silly me, didn't write them down, but I can go back and look at my shopping cart if I need to know. But here's the first one. I really do find them quite addictive and really good for mindfulness because you can just sit there and, you know, build up the scene and just focus on that. Maybe if you want, have a little bit of calming music in the background. Even one of my playlists so you can help me get my watch hours up. You can have that going on in the background while you finish one of these. But that's the first one. Here's the second one. So these are obviously the larger ones. Traditionally, as you'll see when I show you the other ones, they usually come as little hexagon isometric rooms. But there's so much details and, you know, some of them, each set is a little bit different. Some of them have like the minutest sticker you've got to put on. Some of them might join a couple of images to make it like one sticker. What I'm talking about, for example, is, as you can see, this shelf here. Well, each one of like that stationery box, that potted plant and that note, plus the shelf were all individual stickers. And as I said, in some others, that might be one sticker to make it easier for you. But majority I have done, I find that it's each little minute part you've got to put on. Now this one, I love this one. As you can see, it's 4 joined together as like a jigsaw piece. And here it is. It's an amusement park. So each part went on as a jigsaw piece. So you get a lot of overlapping of the stickers where the pieces would join on. But I kept the backing boards just to show you. If you didn't want to join it as the one big piece, you could keep them as separate pieces. Like here it shows you which piece of the 4 of it is to make the full puzzle, which is that, but that's the individual piece. This was a good idea. I really like it as a puzzle. So now we can move it to the isometric room. So there's 10 of them. As you can see, as I said, they're all different sizes, so they're not lining up perfectly. So you just match them up as you want if you're going to put them on a page, which is what I'm going to do eventually. But such a huge range. But yeah, you get different animal scenes with them. So you've got sort of two like library cafe things there. Sorry, libraries, not cafes there, but you can see they're differently designed. They were the two Christmas ones. Pool, because capybaras are very popular. Everyone loves a capybara. And here are the last four. So you got another capybara supermarket. That's a capybara games room. That's a capybara bedroom. And that's a panda cafe. So yeah, they're all of the 3D sticker rooms I did. As I said, there were 20 of them, and there'll be more coming because I've been doing them again for the year. I'm absolutely addicted to them. Just love them. All right, so now to the actual main part of the show, I guess. It's my colouring pages, and as I said, roughly 21 if I've counted correctly. It was, of course, Christmas month, or Creepmas, Newtonmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. It was that time. It was Festivemas season, so I went with a bit more creepy Christmas, as I usually do. So let's check out what I did. The first book here is the Spooky Cutie book from Coco Wyo, and I did two. I used water-based and alcohol markers and some glitter gel pens. I'm still using up that old set I've had, and I sort of like it when it runs out on something like a tree or an animal fur, because you've got to get that texture, and it brings in a bit of texture as you are trying to get the rest of the ink out of that pen. But it had a Grinch-like character in this one, so it was perfect for Creepmas. And this one was Christmas themed as well. So for this one, I used just my glitter gel pens. Yeah, the purple one is very leaky, as you can see through there. I have some old Crayola glitter gel pens and a cheap pack I bought from, I think, Amazon a while ago. So I was just using them all up on this just to see how it would go. So I hope, it is a sunny day and I've got lights on, so I hope the sparkles are being caught in this image. So the entire page was done in glitter gel pens, and I just added the word poison. But I thought that one was pretty too. My trusty colouring book that I bring out every Creepmas season. It will take me a number of years to get through it, because I only bring it out really in December. Maybe I might do it in July too if I decide to do a Christmas in July type thing. But it is Creepy Christmas by Lainey Dow, and I did 2 pages in this one. And I know when I started it, I said I was going to do a washi tape border on all of the pages, because there is no border. The image just goes right out to the edge, so I wanted to do like a washi tape border on each page. So this was the first one I did, and a lot of these images I think are a little bit easier to colour in because there's a lot of snow or ghosts, and I'm not going to bother colouring that part of the page in. I'm just going to leave it white. So yeah, it cuts down the colouring time a lot. So no complaints from me on that. And the second one I did was this zombie. Again, snow background, some ghosts. Didn't colour them in, but what I did do with these ghosts was trace around the black outline with a metallic silver pen. So yeah, you can get sort of that light reflecting off that there. Any bits where there's snowy bits I did that with. And I think I used, did I write it down? Yes, I did. I used various paint pens on this one. So I had some Ohuhu metallic paint pens that I got a while ago, and they're just really weird, but I used them anyway. And yeah, that's I think what the clothes of the zombie, I think all of it is. No, looking at it, I think it's just the zombies clothing I did as the metallic paint pens, and the outline of the ghosts. The snowy bits are a glitter paint pen I had, and these bits are another type of paint pen, not brand named ones, just generic ones I got from somewhere that I have in a pencil case. So I thought I'd just use them all up, and I'm actually quite happy with it. I think it looks quite cute. So they were the two I did from Creepy Christmas. My other stock standard colouring book that I bring out every Creepmas season is this Creepy Kawaii Christmas pastel goth colouring book. This will be around for another couple of years as well, but I think I did 5 in this one. I think this is the book I started off with, I think, so I did a lot in the month for this one. So there's this one, and this character is in a lot of the images, so I do try to vary it up so they're not all just this character. But yeah, I think eventually there'll be one year when I do the last few that will just have this character in them. But this one I use water-based markers, alcohol markers and paint pens. So I can see that it's again those weird metallic paint pens, and yeah, just bits and pieces everywhere. I did this one. So all of the skulls in this and the eyeball colours I did with the glitter gel pens, so hopefully the little sparkles can be seen as I manoeuvre that around with all the lighting. But yeah, and the rest of it, like I say, water-based markers or alcohol markers. This one, what have I got? I got gel pens, metal, I think it's meant to be metallic, Sharpies and alcohol markers. So again, this one was fairly easy-ish to do because I just went over the black lines with a white gel pen that to give it, like, to take away the blackness a bit, to make it look a bit more snowy, but I didn't colour in the whole roof. And I definitely know that's the Sharpie metallic pen there around the moon. And I think that, yep, I know why I say gel pens, because yeah, I had a bunch of gel pens that not metallic or not glittery that I got from, would have been AliExpress a while back, and I just don't use them for anything. And I really thought, oh, I've got to start using them. So yeah, bits of this were coloured in with those gel pens, and other bits I used, the bigger bits I used the alcohol marker, but like the clothing where it's a bit more delicate, and the skeleton, and yes, I do know it's a skeleton, I just always instantly say skeleton, was done with the gel pens. And no, not the last one, must be the fourth one. Was this one? This one I used my Kuinor watercolor paint set. It's been put away, so I can't show you the actual paint set, but they're in a disc, and there's about 6 discs in the set. You just screw them apart, and so I thought I want to try something a different medium, so I used the watercolor paints. That explains why it's not a very smooth looking page and I'm out of the lines and all over the page, because I'm not that good with watercolors. I don't use them enough, plus this is not really watercolor paper, so it dries very quickly. Also, it is summer in Australia, so yeah, it dries very quickly and I just don't get that smoothness that you'd get. But I do love how bright the colours are. I can see it through my camera screen. It looks a lot brighter than it does on the naked eye, but yeah, I'm happy with it. I've got to really practice with watercolour a lot more on proper watercolour paper, I think. And that was one I did like years ago. So that's not the next one. The next one is this one here. And it's just a unicorn zombie, or a zombie unicorn. Not sure why it's in a Christmas. Oh, because he's got a Christmas hat on. There you go. That answers that one. And I think I just used alcohol markers again and water-based markers. You can tell water-based markers from the streaking. But I leave streaking. I don't even try to get rid of streaking if it's on an animal, as I said earlier, or a plant where it's got to have a bit of texture. But I had to give them a nice, I could have done it all in monotone, like just greys and stuff, but I thought I'd give them a nice, really bright mane and tail. So that were the ones from my second trusty Christmas book. I don't have a lot of Christmas themed books. I have a lot of Halloween or spooky themed books, but not Christmas. Next one I brought out was the Chibi Girls. I have not touched this book in ages and I'm nowhere near finishing it. I've had this book for years. I think when I started on my colouring book journey. I was mad with it, and then I just put it to the bottom, and you know, you keep putting things on top and you forget. So that's part of what I want to do this year, is try and find some books I've forgotten and colour in them. This is the first one I did. Now these are grayscale, so these are a bit easier to colour because it does all your shading for you. I just used water-based markers, a bit of, again, the glitter gel pens to make the baubles a bit more shiny, and white paint pen where things had to look a bit white or snowy. This one, same thing, alcohol markers, white paint pen, and some glitter pens just to give some sparkles to little bits and pieces. Another one where, as it's grayscale, they do shading on the snow for you, but if there's a large amount of snow, I'm not colouring it in. I just used white paint pen to outline anything that was meant to be snowy, and alcohol markers for the rest of it. And glitter gel pen by the looks of things on the lights to give them a bit of a sparkle. So these pages are quite quick to do, and that's why I think I did so many in December, because there's a lot of snow because of the Northern Hemisphere bias of what Christmas is. We in the Southern Hemisphere also have Christmas, and it's nothing to do with snow. So yeah, it really makes it quite quick to do these pages. 2 more books to go. This is my bog standard Christmas book. It's just normal Christmas, but it's stained glass, colour by number. I'm nearly done with this book, so maybe next Christmas I might finish it. I don't know if I do Christmas in July. I might even finish it, so who knows. But it's nearly done, and I did 5 pages. And with these ones, I don't like it when it's 2 colours in the background. That's just my preference, so I just pick one of the 2 colours it says and just use that for the entire background. So there's that one, there's that one, there's that one, there's that one, and that's it. That was 5, I think. Yeah, it was 5, wasn't it? So they were the 5 from that one. Last book. I had this book for a while, and I've only ever done 2 pages in it, and I did it with colour pencil, and I was happy with it. If you're not familiar with the idea of the book, is it's vice versa. You get an image, and that gives you what they're saying the image is, and then when you colour it in, it's the opposite of what this main black outlined image is. So what I'm doing with this book, I want to use acrylic paint in either a paint pen form or the actual tube, and I use a paintbrush, whichever. I just want to use a bit more acrylic paint. So I just used I've got a Montmartre little tube set. I think the tubes are about yay big, and there's a few colours. So I have to actually mix, so it's teaching me a bit to mix colours. And I didn't do perfect to colour match what's down there, but I don't think I did too bad. So I decided to go around this one with a white paint pen because I felt the shark was a bit too lost in the rest of the sea. But these are the first two I did with just acrylic paint, painting it on with a paint pen. With a paintbrush. These weren't paint pens. This was me painting. So it is wonky on the edges, and yeah, there's probably not the fine detail that I'd get if I was using a pencil, but I think they work good because they are colour blocks in these type of books. So yeah, and it dried well. I might find they stick going down the path, but I can put some parchment paper in between the sheets if I want to. But if that's the only way I'm going to get through this book, I want to get through it. I bought it because I like the interest of it, and I think using the acrylic paint is a good way to get through these books. So that were the first two I did, and these were the second two I did. Now, I did capture what the before image was of these two, so I'll flash that up here so you can see what they were. And then when I painted them in, these are the images that came out. So again, I didn't get the colours matching perfectly because not every tube has the right colour, and I know very little about colour mixing. I know your basics like red and yellow make orange, or, you know, red and white make pink, that type of thing. So I'm going to use this as a good way to also learn how to make colours with the ones that I've got in the set. So this one I chose to, even though it was meant to be like a sort of a tan, I guess you would call that, I decided to use a gold paint just to give it a bit of shine. Of course, the coverage, again, with these paints too, different colours have different coverage. The white is the worst. It doesn't cover really anything. It's not too bad. And I don't want to go through and do multiple layers. The idea of this is I colour it in and that's it. So I might have like chonked it on. I don't know if you can see it through the camera, but I can see it when I'm looking at it. I might have chonked on paint in certain areas where I think the paint was too thin or, not going to cover it well. I just couldn't get this to cover very well. But I don't care. It's a colour by number, essentially. So if you see the numbers under it, I really don't care. But I really like the painting, and the painting process was fun. I really did enjoy it. It's messy. You got to stop Luna drinking the paint water. I got to make sure I don't pick up the paint water myself and drink. It's just a lot of fun things about it. My hands are not too unsteady, which I also liked. So it's giving me a lot of practice and dexterity, because you need to do these things to keep your hands dexterous. So I'm really quite happy with it. So they were all my pages. You will see more of this type of book going through 2025. Yep, as I was saying, that was all my pages and projects for December. Having my thumb fixed was amazing, as you could tell by the amount of things I got done. There was a lot. But I want to thank you all for watching. It is truly appreciated, and thank you for everyone who supported the hashtag event in 2024. I hope you come over to the hashtag event for 2025. Leave me a comment down below on what you thought of all of these projects. Did you have a favourite or favourites? I love to hear from you, and I always respond. And if you are interested in supporting my channel, I do have a Ko-fi and a Patreon account set up. The details are up here on screen. But of course, you can also support the channel by liking the video, by commenting, and also subscribing. They all really do help. Stay tuned for your entries for December, for, the last month that was Spooky Japan Cats. I will catch you all in the next video. So until next time, stay safe, stay weird.